Hi everybody, let's talk about determination. It's very important to have this determination. No matter what you do in life, you make sure that you're determined to succeed. And as you know, that all my video I talk about business and how to become successful, and you can't become successful if you're not in any area, not only in business but in any area, if you're not determined to become successful. So determination is very important. You have to deter whatever is stopping you to succeed, and you got to have a very strong determination so that you would know that no matter what obstacle you face in life, whatever comes in your life, you are going to succeed. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you that just only determination is not going to make you successful. You also have to have more than that to become successful. Sure, you got to have a goal, you got to have a focus, you got to have confidence and all that. But if you're not determined to succeed in life, then it's going to be very, very difficult to achieve your goal or whatever you are trying to achieve. I'm going to tell you this very beautiful story about it. I'm full of a story, like you know. As you know, when I was growing up in India, I had a friend. I think he was. We were in first grade and second grade up to fifth grade. We were together. And this kid, for some reason, had this thing in his mind that he wanted to join army, Indian Army. So whatever he would do, he would shave his head. Now I'm talking about 5 or 6 years old kid. And he was a very good friend of mine. And like I said, that he was with me from first grade to fifth grade. Very fair skin, and somehow his eyes were blue. Well, he was definitely not a European descent or anything, Indian kid, but I think his parents came from somewhere deep north, pretty much close to the China border. Their skin color was very fair, and also they have Caucasian features, but he did not look like a European. But anyway, the story about him and comes in my mind, or jumps in my mind, is because how determined he was to join the Indian Army. And here I'm talking about 5 or 6 years old kid. So he would do everything, anything he could do to mimic whatever the army people do. So he will wear the pants, the shorts, t-shirt would have a army fatigue. He always talked about Indian Army. Well, we were young, so I didn't care too much about it. I don't think that other kids also paid too much attention to him. And then after graduating from middle school, we went to high school. In high school, he was not with me. He was in a different high school. But we ran into each other once in a while, and then I noticed that now he's more strong and taller. And he must have started working out, definitely taller and stronger than me. And he always kept his hair very short on the side and just a little bit of hair on the top. Pretty much like army cut and buzz cut. And he still, whenever we ran into each other, he talked about army and talked about that he joined National Cadet through high school. And it's called NCC, National Cadet Corps. So the young people, the army people, encourage young people to join that. So he joined it. I was not interested in army or anything. So we would run into each other here and there, and he will talk about it, and then nothing. Then he goes his way and I go my way. So I almost forgot about him. And then when we graduated, he was in a different high school, I was in a different high school. When we graduated, we actually ended up in the same college at Delhi University. Now he's in my class again. So he was with me from first grade to fifth grade, sixth grade to 12th grade. He was not with me, and then he's back in college with me. So since we knew each other since our childhood, so we became sort of good friends. There was a gap of 5-6 years. Now he's tall. He's probably was around almost like 6 foot. Very strongly built, very broad shoulder. He used to lift weights. but always had the beautiful smile on his face, and he would still talk about Army. He joined NCC, and in college then he joined something else also, had to do something with the Army. Now there are 2 exams, as far as I remember, to become Army officer if you pass those exams. One was called, I believe, IMA, Indian Military Academy, and the other was NDA, National Defense Academy. To enter into those exams, you don't have to have a college degree. If you have a high school diploma, you can take a test, and if you take a test of IMA and if you pass, and then several interview process you have to go through, and if you pass all those interviews, then you become officer in Army right away. And same process I actually applied for NDA, National Defense Academy, and as far as I remember that he told me that he took both tests, and both times he failed. He could not even pass the test, but he continued to do whatever he could do, and through college, through NCC or whatever, the National Cadet Corps, to become Army guy. Then there's another process to join the Army that is called the recruiting center. So you just go there, you don't have to take an exams or anything, you just go there, and then they will measure your test and put you through some medical examination, and if you are fit for the Army, they will take you in. He went through that too, but he got accepted there, but for some reason he decided that he just wants to be an officer in Army. So he did not become a regular Army guy. He wanted to be an officer. Now we went through college, and then I heard that he was still struggling to become an Army officer. So sometime whenever after college, when we walked to home, our home was like about, I would say, 5 miles from the college. And sometime he and I would walk, and he will do push-ups on the sidewalks. And he always had the beautiful smile on his face. Sometimes I really felt sorry for him, because he tried so many years and he's not getting to his goal. And I talked to him and I said that, well, what if you don't get in the Army, then what are you going to do? And he said that, well, he does not even believe in that he would not get into the Army. He will get in the Army, and he will get accepted in the Army. I said, well, listen, it's your life. I'm not giving you any advice or anything, since I knew him that well, so I could talk to him very freely. So whenever he would see any Army people, he will salute to them, like real soldier, Army soldier. And so he just totally focused on the Army thing. Then I got busy in my thing, and I never heard from him. And then somebody told me after years that he got into the Army. And then the guy told me the story about how he got in the Army. There was an Army camp, and the people, the officer in the Army, they will exercise and they will do whatever the everyday routine they used to keep themselves fit. And he was not allowed. No civilian was allowed in the camp. But there was a barbed wire around the camp. So he would get on the sidewalk, and he will basically do exactly the same exercise what the Army officers were doing. So one day the Army officer, their senior guy, asked him to come in the camp. So he went in the camp, and I don't know what they talked about, but he probably got into the Army on some sort of a temporary basis. I don't know the whole story. But then years went by, I did not hear anything from him and nothing about him. Then I left India and I came to the United States, and it's been 30 plus years, 34 years. Then all of a sudden, just about a couple of months ago, I got a WhatsApp message. And I did not know who that person was. So first time I just sort of ignored it. And the second time when I got the message after a couple of days again, I said, well, identify yourself, who you are, then I will reply to you. I don't know how he got my telephone number. But anyway, after a couple of days after that, there was a picture showed up on my cell phone on WhatsApp, and I could not recognize that picture at all, because here's a man in army fatigue, an officer army fatigue, and I think he was probably a 2-star or 3-star general, looked like that picture. Then I thought that I'm going to call this guy, so I called him. And I said, well, I didn't recognize you, and here I'm seeing a picture. And then he said, he identified himself. Then I said, oh my God. He said he was retiring from the army. And then he told me the entire story about his life, that how he got in the army and how he did it. And I was totally amazed. It was a very good surprise. Now he retired from the army. I think he was a 3-star general. He retired as from Indian Army very recently, I think. He told me the story, and he also asked me whenever I come to India, then I should meet him. I would definitely meet him. So my point in this story is that if you're determined to succeed, no matter what your goal is in life, you can succeed. And he had the army uniform, army hat, the red ribbon around it, and so many stars and all this bells and whistles around his chest. So the point is, if you want to be successful in business or anything in life, you can do it. I have done it. Millions of people have done it. So what it takes is your determination. What it takes, your willingness to succeed. What it takes, that you really want to do what you really decided to do in life. Do it. You'll be very successful. Thank you very much for watching the video. Tell your friends about this video. Always remember, save 65% to 80% of your net income if you want to excel fast in life financially. And tell your friends about my video. Subscribe my channel, and I will talk to you more very soon. Thank you again.